Okay. I'm gonna call this meeting of the Tahlequah Board of Education to order and say welcome to all these guests and all these wonderful students out there. Wendy, we're all here. And Pledge of Allegiance is Ms. Walker.
This evening, we have Mahala Tiki. Mahala, where are you? She's here. Oh, come up here. She's in kindergarten and in Miss Allen's class from Greenwood. Mahala loves spending, her parents are Megan and Brandon Tiki. And Mahala loves spending time with family, playing with her sisters, fishing, boating, jeeping, and riding horses. She is a busy girl. Good job.
Mama.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right here behind you, we have a little plaque for you, sweetie. You'll hang out right here, we'll get somebody to take a picture for us. Yeah, we do that, I guess.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, you did great.
Okay, Ms. Crawford, are you ready to take the oath of office? I'm gonna tell you. I state your name.
I, Stephanie Crawford,
Hereby declare under oath
hereby
that I will faithfully perform the duties of Seat 2, Board of Education
that I will faithfully perform the duties of Seat 2 Board of Education
of the Tahlequah Public School District, number I-35,
of the Tahlequah Public School District I-35
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
and that I will faithfully discharge all the duties
and I will faithfully discharge all of the
pertaining to said office
duties pertaining to said office
and obey the Constitution and laws of the United States and Oklahoma.
and obey the Constitution and laws of the United States. Thank you.
Okay, now we're gonna reorganize the board. So do I have some nominations for president? I do. I want to nominate Chrissy Nemo. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Do I have any other nominations? Is there any discussion?
Yeah.
All those in favor, Ms. Walker?
Aye.
Ms. Kaufman?
Aye.
Ms. Crawford?
Aye.
Ms. Nemo?
Aye.
And aye. Vice President, do I have nominations for Vice President?
I nominate Lori Walker.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Any other nominations? Any discussion? All right, all for the vote. Ms. Nemo?
Aye.
Ms. Crawford?
Aye.
Ms. Kaufman?
Aye.
Ms. Walker?
Aye.
And aye. And Chrissy and I are not gonna switch seats. She's gonna stay
We'll
down
take
there.
care of that
on
next
this
time.
meeting. I
Okay,
can throw you the gavel.
C2, do I have, a vote to appoint the following for the 22-23 school year?
We don't need to read them, none of these have changed from last year, they're the same individuals who were in their spot at the end of this year. We just have to approve this at this time each year.
I move to approve.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walker?
Aye.
Ms. Kaufman?
Aye.
Ms. Eversole?
Aye.
Ms. Crawford?
Aye.
And aye. Item D, Tigers Roar, robotics teams.
Yes.
Yes, we will. Here we go, I'll go first. So I am Kim Tinsley, Talbot Middle School robotics coach. We have two teams, Curiosity and Artemis. Tell you a little bit about these. We have Curiosity. Wait. So we have Jada, Gracie, Marin, and Kaylee, and they have qualified for Worlds throughout the year, this school year. They have been competing, they built their own robot, competed in multiple competitions at the local level and at the state level. They have won awards such as the Excellence Award, which is overall excellence, design for their design and notebook, and sportsmanship. They are currently ranked 8th in Oklahoma in their skills rankings, so all of that put together has qualified them to travel to Worlds in Dallas on May 7th, I think is when we leave. My other team that has qualified is Artemis. I have Kai, Landon, and Rexton, and they have also done the same thing as the girls. They have won excellence awards. They placed at state, the team worked second place, and they won an Amaze award. And they are currently ranked 2nd in Oklahoma. So that's a huge accomplishment. And that all put together qualified them to travel to Worlds as well. So as far as Talbot Middle School robotics.
Okay, I'm Kristen Wadley, this is Brandy Franks and Trayton Dansby. This is our elementary robotics team that's going to Worlds. This is the gears. We have Aubrey, Emberly, and Erin. These girls are very young to do robotics. It's the youngest team I've ever had. I think that's one of the reasons why they might have gotten the awards that they've gotten this year. They've shown a lot of perseverance and a lot of growth throughout the year. At Worlds, they were recognized with the Excellence Award, which is how they got to go to Worlds. And they also got the Sportsmanship Award because they were always going to help everybody. So we're going I think for an experience this year. Don't plan on seeing us win this year, but maybe by the time you get to Miss Tinsley, they will be our winners for Oklahoma. So for Worlds.
Take a picture of
Take a picture of the group.
Okay, guys, 1, 2, 3.
Thank you so much. Our first point.
Congratulations.
Good job. Guys are welcome to stay, but you're also free to
I'm gonna walk out, yeah.
Do they have a high school robotics?
No, we don't.
They should.
Yes, I know.
We come in and tell them.
Ms. Dobson, do you want to tell us about future steps?
This is our, we partner with Sodexo, as you know. This is the Sodexo General Manager, Alicia Board.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
So we hosted a future chef competition. We asked kids in 2nd grade through 5th grade to submit recipes. And we chose the top 6 recipes. They then came to Greenwood Elementary and cooked the recipes. And then we had a panel of judges judge, and a winner was chosen. So we would just like to recognize the kids, the top 6 kids. They did amazing, the food was great.
It was.
When I call your name, if you'll come up here and stand, that would be great. First, we have Blake Otten. He's He's a third grader from Heritage Elementary. Ray prepared his recipe with fruit custard. It's yummy. Our next contestant is Lucas Lymore. He's a third grader. He made the Dr. Seuss Deluxe. It was so good. Cute, he put things to, it was really good. Our next contestant is Cadence Willigy, third grade. She made apple ring donuts. And for the first time in almost 51 years, I tasted something that I had never tasted before on hers. It was Nutella, and I thought it was chocolate. I had no clue it was Nutella. It was really, really good. So, thank you, Cadence, for that. I would have never tasted it otherwise. Our next contestant, Anna Wallace. Oh, there she is. She cooked Anna banana bread. It was yummy too. Our next contestant, Peyton Williams. She made the gray stuff. And the winner of the competition, Mr. Coltrane McDowell, third grader from Greenwood. He made mini chicken and waffle bites. So they all did so well. It's so much fun. Thank you guys for coming, and thank you for your wonderful meals.
And as the winner, he's actually entered into the regional competition for Future Chef of Sodexo. So his recipe has been submitted, and so we'll see where that goes.
Congratulations.
Okay, do you want? Here. Balance. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Do we have any colors? No, ma'am. Hi. I see the front row.
Hey, Abby, how are you?
Okay, item F, discussion and vote to approve or not approve minutes from the previous meeting.
I move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walker? Ms. Kaufman? Aye. Ms. Eversole?
Aye.
Ms. Crawford? And aye. Item G, discussion and vote to approve or not approve monthly financials.
Good evening, everybody. I want to welcome Ms. Crawford to the board. We go back a few years. So the bank balance for the end of March 31st was $11,738,752.80. You can find that balance on page 2. Receipts for the month of March for general fund were $3,686,973.33. You can find that on page 6. Building fund receipts for the month of March, $80,376.35. Co-op fund for the month of March, $2,150. Sinking fund for the month of March, $37,177.05. You can find that information on page 10. So the general fund balance at the end of March was $8,824,280.98. Building fund balance at the end of March, $681,678.02. Sinking fund, $2,322,11. Let me start over. $2,322,11.04. Then our activity account at the end of March, we're looking at $1,073,179.86. And our CDs here. Our CD totals are looking, we're probably about at 200,000 on those CD investments. I'll give you guys an exact amount for next month. We did not get the utilities because the board meeting was so early this month. So, hopefully next month we'll be able to get those and get those to you guys so you can look at them. Do you guys have any questions?
Child nutrition?
Well, it's a busy time of the year for child nutrition. Besides our Future Chef competition, we've been packing lunches for all sorts of trips and track meets. Thankfully, we're getting back to a little normal and getting to go places. And we've also started preparing for our summer feeding program. During the month of June, we'll be serving breakfast and lunch free of charge daily at Cherokee, Sequoia, middle school to the summer school students and those children 18 years old and under that do not attend summer school. We will also offer a drive-through pickup at Cherokee every Wednesday in June from 11:30 to 12:30. And we're still gonna deliver to Fox and Garden Walk every Wednesday in June from 11:30 to 12:30. And on Wednesday's drive-through and delivery, we will provide 5 breakfasts and 5 lunches at one time to any child 18 years old and younger. And children still do not have to be present to receive those meals. So we're hoping for a big turnout. As of right now, we're still continuing to prepare to go back to normal on July 1st, which what that means is students will then begin to pay for meals based on their free, reduced, or full pay statuses, beginning on the first day of school in August. That is still not changed. And that's about all that's happened in child nutrition. Are there any questions?
Make the decision to extend the free meals for everyone again. Do we have any idea when that will be, the timing of that?
No, it's USDA, and in the past, they've waited to announce things that are important to us to prepare for a day or two ahead of
I thought it
time.
was pretty late.
Yeah, unfortunately. Believe me, there are people advocating to make it happen quicker if it's gonna happen. Because we need to know. Families need to know what to prepare for, so. But as of right now, that's where it stands, unfortunately. Any other questions? And welcome, Ms. Crawford. I'm Dana Dobson, the Child Nutrition Director. I remember seeing you at the high school and I worked there quite a bit, but welcome.
Any other questions?
Good.
Motion to approve.
Child nutrition, we rock and roar.
Tagline, I'm sorry. I'll remember next time.
I make a motion to approve.
Any other discussion? Ms. Walker?
Aye.
Ms. Coffin?
Aye.
Ms. Eversole?
Aye.
Ms. Crawford? And aye. Item H, discussion vote to approve or not approve the following temporary appropriations for 2022-23 fiscal year.
It's something we approve each year prior to the new fiscal year starting. This is just something that Sabrina will use to start the budget creation for next year. Using last year's numbers on the state aid building fund. Those numbers can change. We just have to have initial numbers to plug in there to build the budget.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Any discussion? Ms. Walker?
Aye.
Ms. Coffin?
Aye.
Ms. Eversole?
Aye.
Ms. Crawford? And aye. Item I, Principal Director Report, Ms. Ashburn and Ms. Jones.
Good evening. Here to talk about summer school right now, and just to let everyone know kind of how we fund summer school. 21st Century Grants, as most of you know, we have 3 21st Century Grants. And the only district in the state that has 3, so that's something to absolutely celebrate. But it funds much of our summer school. We also use our Indian Ed appropriation for summer school and general fund when we need to. So those are our 3 funding sources. We also have a Javits grant, which is a gifted and talented grant for the Oklahoma State Department of Education, and that pays for the Javits Gifted and Talented Camp that is at Cherokee. But this year we will have a summer session at pre-K with our 21st Century Grant. We serve 50 to 60 children. They reach out to those children who need that extended time, academic reasons, social reasons, just something that we know that they need a little bit more time in the pre-K building before they go on to kindergarten to be successful. We do a full day program every day, every Monday through Friday in June, not Saturday and Sunday, so I better have a disclaimer on that. We do full day at that building, and we offer that because we know it's really hard for parents to, 4-year-olds can't go home in the bus in the middle of the day by themselves if a family is working. So we've got invitations going out right now for families for that. In that program, we do some literacy, we do some math, but we do a lot of enrichment, we do PE, we do art, we do a lot of fun things that just continue on learning through activities. We also have a summer session for our kindergarten through 4th grade students this year at Cherokee. And Cherokee will house all 3 of our elementary students for summer school at that building. We serve about 200 kids. And those students are chosen through work with all the teachers and their principals at their buildings to see who needs that extra reading or math intervention. That we also are going to make sure we have lots of enrichment in for summer. We know we can't make huge gains in instruction, but if we can keep regression down to a minimal and that we can get them excited about being at school, then when they come back in the fall, then they're going to do better in those academic areas. So we do enrichment, reading and math in the morning, and then we partner with Boys and Girls Club of Tahlequah, and they come in the afternoon and are able to serve about 100 students all day at that building. We also, in that building is where the Javits Gifted and Talented Camp is, and like I said, that's done through a grant that we have from the State Department that actually ends this year, but it's something we would love to continue in the future. 40 or so kids, 3rd and 4th grade students go to that. Our 5th grade students are in our elementary building, but for summer school, we moved them to the middle school so they get their first experience of going to the middle school to prepare them for the fall. And Ms. Matchford is going to talk about that.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to talk a little bit about the middle school. Hi, Stephanie. The middle school, it's a new thing we've done for the last couple of years, Ms. Keys has. We've transitioned those 5th grade students on up in the summer for middle school. That way they have an advantage to become a little more familiar with the middle school. They receive their tours, they're there in classes, they're doing whatever they need to do. They also do the one thing that they have the most difficult time doing at the beginning of the year, and it is unlocking their lockers. It is the biggest thing to come to middle school because in elementary you don't have a locker, but when you come to middle school, Mr. Bookout used to stand out there with his long line and all of his codes and the keys. The kids love the lockers. So that is one thing that they get an jump advantage on. They also, of course, on the serious side, we do a lot of reteaching of skills through hands-on groups and activities and projects. They use novels, so they're going to get through. They take every kid to the library so they can foster the love of reading, get a library card from the city library. They do lots of STEM activities and robotics, 3D printers, flight in space, drones, kites. They do a lot of things that they apply their math, and they're just trying to keep things fresh, exciting, and applying those basic skills. But they also do enrichments in art, Native American culture. They have their bike club. We have a cooking club, gardening club, and any other kind of educational field trips around the school. It's 4 days a week. It's for 4 hours, and it's just that little bit of time in June, just to try to acclimate them together. I'll go on to the summer, for the high school. So I'll start with driver's education. So everybody wants to get their driver's license, even though they are no longer required to have a reading proficiency exam, but they are still motivated enough to try to get there and get into driver's ed class. So what happens during the school year, we have driver's ed courses and we have tons of course requests. So let's say we have 200 or 300 course requests to have driver's ed. How we do that is it is in order by their birth date. So the oldest students will get in first. They can only have 20 in a class, so they have approximately 100 each semester. So during the school year, about 200 get to be free. They get to go in and have the training free. We have wonderful instructors, most of which are some of our coaches, but they're great. And my son and children have all gone through that, and they're like, Mom, how come they don't yell at me like you do? I said, because they have a break. And that's but anyway, so that's wonderful. So in the summer, it does cost students $200, and we have had June really, we're only going to do one in June this year of 20 students, but we still have quite a few that want to do that to even have their, pay for their child. Also, the next section to talk about is credit recovery. So let's go to last year. We had, our coming out of the pandemic years, and we thought, what are we gonna do? So we used to charge $100 for students to come to summer school, $100 per recouped class that you would get. And you probably couldn't get more than 2 if you did, and that's not a full course. They might be taking the second semester or whatever. We said we're gonna offer it free, and we advertised it free. Ms. Wilson made sure it was free. We're also advertising this year free because we want to still offer those opportunities to pull students along. Last year, we probably invited, sought after about 100, 150 kids probably really needed to go. 51 completed it. We gained, recovered 41 English credits, 3 math credits, 20 science credits, and 5 elective credits. And so that's what we did last year. So this year we have put out, right now they have invited 41 ninth graders for this summer, 34 10th graders, 25 11th graders, juniors, and 5 seniors. So that's pretty good for our number of our seniors. And they're anticipating what those needs are: 50 English credits, 25 math credits, 25 science, 35 science credits. So they're looking forward to offering that. They have to really start, pursuing those students. They do have 4 days a week. It's 4 days a week that they come to the high school library, and they don't have to stay the complete 4 hours. It's just however their schedule works. So, and the last thing I want to speak about for freshmen coming up, coming from 8th grade from the county schools to our freshmen, is freshman orientation. Last year, we had approximately 200 freshmen attend in August. They attended August the 6th. We had 71 juniors and seniors who are members of what we call Link Crew. So part of our Gear Up, we have trained a couple of teachers, Ms. Lynn and some others, that train students to mentor other students. And so those students were there, and 71 of those, and the Link Crew members had 2 days of training that they had to do. So we had at least 200 freshmen that came, and we usually run about 350, maybe a freshman, anywhere from 340 to 360 a freshman maybe. And so 200 of those coming in we thought was really good. The freshmen were welcomed with the Orange Express, and they were playing as they came inside of the TMAC, and freshmen were greeted with this upbeat music. They had name tags. They just began to facilitate different get-to-know-you activities, but they're all strategically based and they're research-based for this Link Crew curriculum that you do. So it was really a great experience. They break into small groups of about 12 to 15 students, then they go into classes in the building. They receive their schedules there at the end of freshman orientation, so they can actually walk around the building. Unlike middle school, high school never wants to use their locker. That's a no-no. You don't use your locker in high school. That is not cool. You take a backpack and you put dents in your shoulder because you carry all your books. That is what, I was amazed. I was like, why are you not using, why do you have all those heavy books, what are you doing? We don't use, that's not cool, Mom. So I was like, okay. So freshman orientation will be Tuesday, August 9th, from 8 to 12, and it will be at the TMAC. And if you're welcome to stop in if you want to see the action, and they're really gonna push for more students. So that completes a little bit about secondary summer school. If anyone has anything else that you can add.
The junior seniors that are mentors, do they just do that event or do they do things
All
throughout the year?
throughout the year. At one point, they would text message their underclassmen. Right, here's one of them, Ashley Rose, thank you. You guys need to slap me, Ashley, talk about it, good, I'm talking and Ashley's here.
So, what they do is we put them in groups, so it's 2 mentors for a group of anywhere from 10 to 12. And throughout the year, we have our senior mentors and, senior junior mentors, meet up with the freshmen, as well as we'll do little events like during homecoming week, we had our freshmen or our juniors and seniors take pictures with their freshman group, and then they won like little award, or a little like chocolate or something like that. They invite them to the football games, they invite them to any of their activities that they're doing. This year, we just finished getting our, I guess, people who are interested, our applications. Last year, we had 70 juniors and seniors who are interested, or juniors and sophomores. So this year, we have 90 that want to be mentors. So we are moving on that. I'm excited. And then they do a 2-day training in July, and they spend 4 hours each day, and they learn how to put on this program for the freshmen. And it's a program that's done all across the country, so it's pretty neat. There's a lot of training.
You include the, for the freshmen, the kiss your mommy goodbye. I've seen that done in some with the signs, and they have to when they get out of their car. Because they're babies.
And we do not let the parents in, it's just like, just for the
Well, I
kids,
mean, it's
and
outside, it happens outside.
We have to break the cord a little bit, let's come on guys, we're gonna come with us, it'll be okay, you're babies. But, and so this year's juniors, were the first year of our, no, this year's sophomores will be the first year of our freshmen. So it's now that we've had kids go through the program and are now actually mentoring. So it's really neat. I love this program, I'm super excited about it.
Is this through student council?
No, this is a separate program. So, it is completely separate, because I do run student council as well.
I knew you did, so I wondered.
And, but for this, we look for kids that, as we say, are as diverse as the group coming in. So it's not just your straight A, student that's involved in everything. We want students that are involved in a lot of different things, that have all different, interests and everything like that, because our 8th graders coming up aren't all just that straight A, involved in everything kind of kid. So we have lots of different interests. We encourage lots of different interests.
And I'll just say, my daughter is a senior Link crew member, and it has done great things for her as well, not just for the freshmen that she has mentored, but it has opened her up to a whole other world. And so she's actually applying for different things in college as well, so it does great for both sides, for the mentor and the mentee, so it's a great program.
Any other questions, comments? Superintendent's report.
Short and sweet, just wanna make sure you guys have on your calendar looking ahead. We got one more meeting before graduation, high school graduation will be May 11th. You'll plan, we're gonna walk out at 7 o'clock, from the southwest gate. We're asking you to be there at 6:30, but just know we're gonna start walking out at 7, so just make sure you're there before 7 o'clock, okay? Does anybody need a new gown or anything like that? Is everybody good for, okay? All right, and like I said, we have another meeting, so I'll remind you again, but we'll just make a note of that and be prepared. And that's all I have.
Item K, discussion and vote to approve or not approve the following bid or quote.
These are the quotes for the roofing projects for the district. We're using our COVID money to do a lot of work there. We're still Brad's thunder, so I'll see if he wants to talk a little bit about. Mr. Jones, Mr. Underwood did all the legwork, getting the bids and everything put together. They did an awesome job on everything. We will be able to replace the entire roof at the middle school. What other little, help me out?
Well, we got middle school that we're doing a redo. Yeah, I think which one we committed on. Sequoia,
Yeah, the portion of Greenwood.
Yeah, because we had 2 more roofs to do at Sequoia to get completely finished. And then I think the Greenwood we're doing some repairs.
But I mean, the big project out of it is the entire middle school. But there, so that's a big thing. And when we started out, we were looking at 4 projects, but our initial bid package came in about, I think, $1.5 million over what we initially planned, so we had to scale back a little bit. But it's still good that we're able to do that entire building, so.
Summer?
Yes, they were actually called me today, wanted to know, is it approved yet? So they're ready to go.
All right, with that, do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
Second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Ms. Walker?
Aye.
Ms. Kaufman?
Aye.
Ms. Eversole?
Aye.
Ms. Crawford? Aye. And aye. Item L, and I've got, if someone would separately do L2B, I want to abstain from that one, but I want to vote on the rest of them. So if I can have a motion to approve item L2B.
I will move to approve item L2B.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I will just tell you, this is a Cherokee Nation contract, and it's not a technical conflict, but I reviewed that in my job, so I'm not going to vote on it. That, Ms. Walker?
Aye.
Ms. Kaufman?
Aye.
Ms. Eversole?
Aye.
Ms. Crawford?
Aye.
And I abstain. Now, if we could have a motion for the remainder items L 1, 2, 3, and 4.
I'll make a motion.
Have a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Ms. Walker?
Aye.
Ms. Kaufman?
Aye.
Ms. Eversole?
Aye.
Ms. Crawford? And I. Item N, discussion to vote to approve and not approve the revised 21-22 school calendar for snow days and distance learning.
You had two different calendars in your packet, and we also included these documents here that show you the different days. Basically, each time that we either have to have a snow day or we have to transition from an in-person to a distance learning day, we have to make a note of that on our official school calendar and then send that in to the State Department of Education. Instead of doing it every meeting, we kind of like to wait till the winter threat is over and then just do it once. So we don't see any reason for us to have any more changes in our calendar going forward. So this will just be the final approved calendar for this school year with the changes for snow and distance learning.
You have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walker?
Aye.
Ms. Kaufman?
Aye.
Ms. Eversole?
Aye.
Ms. Crawford? And aye. Discussion to vote to approve and not approve late start Fridays for 22-23 school year.
And I apologize, I didn't have a conversation with you two right before, but is there anything that you want to talk about on the Late Start Fridays?
It will affect 26 Fridays next school year, would start after Labor Day, and any week that we have a Friday that we are in school up to the end of the school year. Elementary would begin class at 9 o'clock on Fridays, secondary would begin class at 8:45. Drop-off times will remain the same, students that need to be there, will be able to be there, so we're going to make it where there's no negative effect on our families. We would encourage all of those who could keep their children until 9 o'clock or 8:45 to do so. But we will use this time for very structured PLC and professional development to put it back into the district. This year, we cut down the number of distance learning days, and after we learned how to do distance learning days well and learned the technology we needed to use, we used those for PD days, and taking out some of those days was going to be a huge detriment for us working as a team to move instruction in the right direction.
I'm excited for this, so I make the motion to approve it.
Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion?
Does this mean on the distance learning days, will there also be PLCs during that
Yes.
time, or is it just strictly
During that time, yes, each group of teachers will work with their principal to have an agenda, to have a very structured learning time, that we know what's going on in each of those classrooms on those Friday morning.
So it's Friday morning, then afternoon, you will be communicating with the students.
On the late start Fridays, we have school all day, so it'll just be that
Yes,
first,
yes.
on the distance learning days.
Right.
We would just go to true distance learning days, and then sometimes they do full staff meetings on those days. When we do the late start Friday and we allow everyone to continue to come to school if they need to be, we can't ever get everybody together. Because if you have 200 students that get there out of the 500, someone has to make sure that they are safe and being, kept safe during that time. So there is no way that, say, Ms. McCoy could meet with her entire Cherokee staff on that morning. So on a distance learning day, then she would be able to do that because there would literally be no students on campus. But most of that day would be used for teachers to have instruction with their students virtually. And there are three days of those.
I was gonna say, that is one of the major complaints that I've heard from parents about distance learning days. They feel that they haven't been as effective as they need to be, and plus they're trying to deal with their children, and so I think we need some publicity out about this and better explanation to parents about why we're doing this, the
What should happen on
rationale.
those days. We can absolutely do that. And this might be putting back late start Fridays in, we might see that we don't need the distance learning days in the future. But we went from 7 to 3, and then when we do calendar next year, which we always have a parent representative on that calendar, and then we'll look to see if we need to cut that down even further.
I'm just telling you what I've heard that is always on the list.
Absolutely.
Frustrations with parents, so.
We have a motion and a second. Ms. Walker?
Aye.
Ms. Kaufman?
Aye.
Ms. Eversole?
Aye.
Ms. Crawford? And aye. Item O, discussion and vote to approve or not approve the following policy.
This is policy 5106, it is already on the books, it's not creating a new policy, it's just making some changes. You have a copy of it, the red and the strike through. Basically, the big change you go through there is changing the timing. The investigation process changed from 90 days to 45 days, and then a receipt of the complaint within 30 days to 10 days. So other than that, it's mainly just language change within the discrimination policy.
Have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second? Discussion? Ms. Walker?
Aye.
Ms. Kaufman?
Aye.
Ms. Eversole?
Aye.
Ms. Crawford? And aye. Item P, consider and take action on resolution determining the maturities of setting a bond date for the place of sale of $4,975,000 general obligations and by-purpose bonds for this quarter.
Bond sale, the majority of this is for not the bond that we just passed. This is going to be paying off the bond that built Heritage several years ago. But it's gonna be it's overlapping a little bit. Of the bond sale, 525,000 of it will be for the bond that we just passed for the general transportation part of it. And then 450,000, which was the second proposition for buses. So basically, we're gonna get the money first to buy buses, and then also the SRO vehicles, the vans, and those things. Within the next month or two, we'll hear from the bonding company, and they will set another bond sale date, and that will start the sale of the large amount of bonds for the building process of the bond that we just passed. So basically, what we need today is make a motion to, we've already discussed the date, May the 18th at noon. So we just need to make a motion to set a special meeting at May the 18th at noon to sell bonds, and that's basically what we'll be doing. It will be a 5-minute meeting. The bids have to be in 5 minutes before the meeting starts. We'll approve the low bids. You guys can be on your way.
No, get the color of my Louis Vuitton.
Do I have a motion to set the meeting on May 18th at noon?
So good.
Second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Ms. Walker? Ms. Kaufman?
Aye.
Ms. Eversole?
Aye.
Ms. Crawford?
Aye.
And aye. Item Q, discussion and vote to approve or not approve the schedule of encumbrances. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve the encumbrances.
A second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walker?
Aye.
Ms. Kaufman?
Aye.
Ms. Eversole?
Aye.
Ms. Crawford? And aye. Item R, motion for executive session, to approve the employment for Ridenhour, Executive Director of Elementary Education and Special Programs, and changing the title of Ms. Ian Mashburn from Executive Director to Assistant Superintendent. Do I have a motion to enter executive session?
Make a motion to enter executive session. Second that.
Ms. Walker?
Aye.
Ms. Kaufman?
Aye.
Ms. Eversole?
Aye.
Ms. Crawford? And aye. Entering have returned from executive session and no action was taken. We will move on to item U, discussion to vote or not approve changing the job title of Stephen Ashburn from executive director to assistant superintendent.
We need a motion to return that. Sorry.
I'll make a motion
to return.
I'll second.
From executive session.
Ms. Walker.
Aye.
Ms. Kaufman.
Aye.
Ms. Eversole.
Aye.
Ms. Crawford.
Aye.
And aye.
We need Chris.
Now, item U, do we have a motion?
I will make the motion to approve Ms. Bashburn to be Assistant Superintendent effective July 1st, 2022.
Yay, yay.
Let's vote first. Let's vote first. Yay or-
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walker?
I think we're all happy.
Sounds good. So far,
Congratulations. Aye.
Ms. Kaufman?
Aye.
Ms. Eversole?
Aye.
Ms. Crawford?
Aye.
And aye. Now,
Yay.
Well deserved.
Yes. Very well deserved.
okay, do I have a motion to approve personnel B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 with striking Lance Jeans and Jade Adams?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I'm gonna second that only if Carl Ridenhour will stand up and show us the socks that he's wearing tonight.
Here they are.
They are awesome.
Any discussion? Ms. Walker?
Aye.
Ms. Kaufman?
Aye.
Ms. Eversole?
Aye.
Ms. Crawford?
Aye.
And aye. We do have new business today. We have 5 items. Do we have, can we do these all at once? Okay. A motion to approve the resignation of Lance Jeans, resignation of Jamie Lindsay, transfer of Rhonda Reed from Heritage Assistant Principal to Greenwood Principal, transfer Kristen Stark from Sequoia Early Childhood Center.
Actually, I'm sorry, if you don't mind, could we just do 1 through 4, then go separate, since it's personnel?
Transfer Kristen Stark from Sequoia Early Childhood Center Director to Elementary Assistant Principal. Do I have a motion for that?
I'll make a motion to approve the business.
Do I have a second?
Second?
Any discussion? Ms. Walker?
Aye.
Ms. Kaufman?
Aye.
Ms. Eversole? Ms.
Aye.
Crawford? And aye. The final item, a motion, do I have a motion to approve PO number 1430?
So moved.
And a second?
Second?
Discussion? Ms. Walker?
Aye.
Ms. Kaufman?
Aye.
Ms. Eversole?
Aye.
Ms. Crawford? And aye. With that, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Take that step.
You gotta do it, Stephanie.
Oh,
I make a motion that we adjourn.
do I have a second? Ms. Walker?
Aye.
Ms. Kaufman?
Aye.
Ms. Eversole?